President Biden met with the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in his first visit to the country as commander-in-chief. The two leaders held a joint press conference Friday and discussed their country's partnership. But Mr. Biden opened his speech by addressing the Iranian drone strike on U.S. forces that killed an American contractor in Syria.
To make no mistake, the United States does not emphasize seek conflict with Iran, but be prepared for us to act forcefully, protect our people.
CBS News correspondent Christina Ruffini was at that news conference and joins us with more. Christina, what else did the president have to say about this?
He didn't say a whole lot about it, but he did make an effort to offer condolences to the American who was killed. And, he topped his remarks that were on completely different subjects by addressing this. And at the end of the press conference, as he was leaving the room, another reporter shouted asking if there needed to be greater repercussions for Iran strikes. And the president said something along the lines of, "We're not going to stop." And now it's unclear exactly what he meant, but, one assumes that he means they're going to keep the pressure on. The U.S. is going to continue to respond in kind to these attacks from Iranian drones in Syria or wherever else they may happen.
Christina, you also spoke with John Kirby, who's, the main spokesperson for the National Security Council. So let's play what he had to say.
We don't seek to escalate here. We certainly don't seek a war or a conflict with Iran. That's not the goal. We're there to go after ISIS. But we have to do what we have to do to protect our people and our facilities.
Christina, military commanders have recently testified that ISIS in Afghanistan could conduct external attacks against U.S. targets within the next 6 months. So do these events tell us that ISIS has regrouped and become an active threat to the U.S.?
Well, I don't think that's what's precipitated these IRGC strikes. But, ISIS is a continued threat, and U.S. officials have never said it wasn't. And I don't have to tell you that in times of desperation, those extremist groups tend to look even more attractive. So you have to think about what's going on the ground in the area where ISIS, used to have its so-called caliphate, and that's between Syria and Afghanistan. Afghanistan is having, hunger, unprecedented economic problems since the Taliban took over. People are absolute destitute, and that's fertile breeding ground for Islamic extremist groups who can offer a paycheck, a warm meal, and sometimes a way out. And in Syria, there's a lot of devastation from that earthquake, and there's not a lot of government in a lot of places of that country because of the war that's been going on there. So again, you've got devastated people, no resources, no homes, nowhere to go. If ISIS shows up in your neighborhood and says, "Hey, here's a paycheck, come join us," that might look a lot more tempting than it did 2, 3, even 6 months ago. So that's something I've spoken to U.S. officials about. They are concerned about, but they never stop being concerned about ISIS. So this battle is ongoing.
You also spoke with the Energy Secretary, Jennifer Granholm, about the Department of Energy's COVID origins report. Let's play what she said.
The report wasn't released. It was leaked. And it is clear that the intelligence community has a difference of opinion. But the Department of Energy's report is still classified. The intelligence community is going through the process of determining what can be unclassified. But suffice it to say, there's a difference of opinion because it's difficult to find out.
Christina, did you pick up anything more about the timeline for the declassification of that COVID origins intelligence?
No specifics, but keep in mind there was this measure captained by Senator Josh Hawley that passed Congress in January that basically ordered the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, to declassify anything about the virus, about its origins, and anything to do with that potential lab leak theory in Wuhan. So they're going through that intelligence. There's no timeline yet as to when we will see that, but that's something that is going to need to be disclosed. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what comes out of that. The law is written in a way that basically they're allowed to redact anything that compromises national security, but they're not supposed to redact or withhold anything that doesn't. And it was unanimously voted through by members of both parties and signed by the president.
Christina Ruffini, thank you for both of those interviews and your reporting in Canada.